Wake up! Hey yo, what up? This your boy Donte Allen, and thank you for joining me for the weekly Devo. Now, Christmas time is on its way, and I can already hear the Christmas music going. I don't know about you, but that's music to my ears. But since the Christmas season is on its way, I want to focus on reconciliation. And we're just going to break that down over the next few weeks, and I promise you, this is one that you're going to want to watch. All right? Got your coffee? All right, cool. Let's get in this. As we get closer to Christmas time, we start to think about all the joys and those positive relationships that we have with our friends and our family. But I think it's important that we also observe and think about some of those broken relationships and some of those relationships where we've been hurt. And that's why I want to talk about this word reconciliation, because when you break it down, it means to reconcile or to bring back together or to make whole. But I think when we're dealing with reconciliation, the first thing we have to remember is that it starts with forgiveness. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think about forgiveness, the first thing I think about is I can't let this person get away with the way that they hurt me. And I know that that's a real feeling. But when you forgive, it's not letting someone go from the hurt that they caused you, but it's freeing yourself. Let's take a look at it. So the Bible talks about this cat named David, who was a young man set up to be the next king of Israel. But at the time, there was already a king, this cat named Saul. Now, Saul had grown insecure because he knew David had next as the king, so he tried to intentionally hurt David. And in some ways he did. You see, David could have took him out, but when it came time to retaliate, instead of retaliating, David decided to forgive Saul. I think that one perspective that David had on why he chose to forgive Saul instead of retaliate was because he did not want his heart to become hard like Saul's, and he wanted to be able to walk away free from the pain that Saul had caused him. I think that when we get hurt in relationships and we choose not to forgive, it locks us up and it keeps us from being able to walk free from the pain of that situation. So whenever we think about it, we relive the hurt and the pain that this person caused. But when we choose to forgive people, we're not saying, hey, you get away with what you did, but what we are doing is we're freeing ourselves so that we can move one step closer to being whole. So I know that when we get around the holiday season, it can be very joyous for a lot of us, but I know that we can also be going through a rough time because of the hurt that we've experienced in past relationships. But I want to encourage you to take the first step toward reconciliation by forgiving those who hurt you. Because when you forgive other people, it's not you letting them get off the hook for what they did, but it's you allowing yourself to be free from the pain of what happened to you. All right? Hey, what up? This your boy Donte Allen, and thank you for joining me for the weekly Devo. I really want to encourage you to check out the weekly breakdown, which will be released on Tuesday, because I really want to help walk with you through understanding forgiveness. So go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can get the weekly Devo and the weekly breakdown. All right? Till next time, much love. Peace.